The stories begin when I was just 5 or 6. For context, at this time I was not allowed to watch anything but very mild children's cartoons and movies that had to be approved by my mother first. So at this time I didn't even know what ghosts are. So I was in the BR doing my business and my mom was a single mother because bio father is crap, so we live in a trailer. While I'm sitting I am looking at a wall that leads outside and a really tall see-through almost like waterman walks through the wall. I could not only see the outline of what was cleanly worked boots but hear them as well. And he just walked right by and left my dumbstruck on the toilet because I had no comprehension of what I just saw. My next encounter was after we moved in with my new dad and I was 7. Our house had an uppercase L-shaped hallway and my room was on the corner to the left. Every time I went into my room I would look down the rest of the hallway before entering my room out of habit just in case someone was coming. I don't know how many times I did this in a day for those years we lived there, but I do remember 3 times that I did, and I will never forget them. Because when I looked down that hallway those times what I saw always made me cry profusely right after. This little boy dressing coal miner's clothing, overalls, hat, old-timey shoes and a filthy face covered in black smudges. The first time I saw him he was next to my sister and mother's doors and walked into my sister's open door, which was always open as she had constant asthma attacks and that is why she was next to my mom. So he walked in and I ran down there not even thinking and he is gone, and I asked her if she was okay and if she saw something or anything like that and she said I'm fine and no. I go back to my room and am left feeling sad. Sad in a way I didn't know I could. The second time he was in the middle of the hall and this time the wave of sadness hit all at once, my heart racing, tears stinging my eyes, no thoughts floating in brain, just silence and sadness. I froze. As he slowly made his way back to my sister's room, looked back at me and walked in again. I ran in, she was again fine. At this point I didn't know what to do, so I just went back to my room and tried to forget. Then next time he appeared to me he was right in front of me and same routine. Years later I finally stooped, crying every time I remembered this, and asked my sister if she remembered without asking her, and she did. At the same age my mom had a friend, we will call her Ms. T. She lived one house down the hill from us. Ms. T has this ghost that follows her that did not like her then husband. Of course when she told me this I didn't believe her when she told me this. So one night my mom and Ms. T are playing cribbage and my sister and I are in the living room next to the dining room. My mom and Ms. T had closed this folding plastic room divider separating the rooms. My sister and I are playing Mancala when a picture of her husband slammed down so hard I almost peed my pants from being startled. Mom thought it was us. Ms. T laughs, says is not the, and puts it back and says to my mom, I told you. Fast forward, I am now 11, we are living in a new house and I am sitting in my room on my recliner next to my very nice vanity my mother won and gave to me. I had one of my mother's glass dolls she go as a child on the vanity. When I looked up it started moving, and very slowly. And when it got to the edge it stopped and I was just starting and when it flew into my lap and I ran out of the room screaming. Now 13 and in a friend's house having a sleepover, they tell me the house is haunted. I don't believe them. So sarcastically I say, if you can hear knock twice, and I get 2 different replies. 2 knocks so heavy it sounds like a cop and another not so light it sounds like a grandma's knock. That was my only ever intelligent response. Later found out a husband and wife dies in a house fire there. The same ghosts would often steal and hide my things only to reappear in weird places later. Like one time I was getting ready to take a bath and by this time I was 16 and I sat my towels on the double sink counters and left to get my phone and other stuff I had already set out in the kitchen, and when I came back my stuff in the bathroom already was gone, so I go ask my friend and they'd been in the room the whole time, so I go back to the bathroom that I had just checked admitting to defeat ready to grab new towels, and there they are sitting on the back of the toilet. Now 16, living in my grandma's house, the family house for 5 generations. And the first experience there was when I was sleeping on my queen-sized Tempur-Pedic very heavy mattress. As I'm laying there trying to go to sleep, my whole bed shakes. I look up and nothing, no one, and it wasn't an earthquake. Nothing had fallen, and as hard as my bed shook it would have. So I went slept with my sister. I am now 21 and living with my parents in a 2-story house. My room is at the top of the stairs. Everyone but my has left for the day. It's my day off school. I know for a fact I will be home all day long by myself. Halfway through the day I hear footsteps come up the stairs and stop, and this happens again and again and again, and the sound is always going up, never down, and it always stopped on the last step. So for hours I sit there needing to use the bathroom and wanting to eat and drink and refusing to leave my room. The footsteps wouldn't stop coming back, so I stayed on my bed till I heard my family's voices downstairs. Still 21, my uncle dies. Very sad. I have to stay with his widow to help her detox from heroin, which no one knew they were using, and I hear him call my name. Then I see his feet under car when pulling in the driveway. Then some toys mysteriously appear in the bathroom from the kids' room when they are not home, and they are a toy gun, a car, and a bouncy ball. Then after his funeral he appeared to me in my dreams, and it was the happiest I had ever seen him. I never saw him smile like that before. Now 22 happened a few weeks ago. I just moved back into the same house. I didn't want to be homeless, and I heard a woman wailing in the back bathroom. Brother heard it from upstairs too.